Hey y'all, welcome back to Ask Anna. Today we are going to be talking about the 4B movement, Baroque men, and how to utilize your sexuality in today's world to get the most of what you want and need from men. So the first one, I've been seeing all these videos for the 4B movement, which I'm super excited about. If you are unfamiliar with what that is, it started in, I believe it was South Korea. And it was just women like choosing their own solitude over being with abusive and toxic men. And I think it's so interesting because it's like a lot of women have the same experience. We're with a guy who is terrible to us, and at the end of it, we're like, oh, it's because of me. We blame ourselves. We're like, oh shit, like my self-esteem was so low that I let him come in, when really, what if it's not that at all? Like, what if you really were just like this beautiful woman who had it all together, and this one man just tricked you into thinking he loved you so much, and then when he finally got you, then he like flipped it. Like, I don't know, I feel like that's more the story, and then as women we're just taught to blame ourselves. And I feel like that's like true with almost everything. And oh, it's so upsetting. But broke men. If you don't know me, I'm a stripper, so I have a lot of experience with this. Broke men are broken. Like, a man's internally, he feels the need to provide. So if a man cannot like pay for your dinner, if he feels like he can't like pay for your rent, like, he's gonna be an asshole and like say that you want a sugar daddy and all that. But no, you just really want someone who's bringing something to the table, because every man that like I have been with has taken from me more than he has given. I had like the worst shit happen to me last 3 weeks ago. I want to talk about it, but also I don't feel ready to, so I won't. But ever since then, it was like, wow, men will really tell you how much they love you, how much they want you, act like you're the greatest thing, and then they'll rape you and leave you pregnant, and then you'll have to get an abortion. So anyways, I'm seeing other videos too, and like, I'm constantly listening to podcasts, like I'm constantly trying to figure out what's going on in the world. And I think since I'm actually out in the world talking to real men, I think I have a pretty valuable viewpoint that other people can benefit from. There's also this narrative of women being over-sexualized, and it's like other women will come on to the internet and be like, oh, fuck you, hypersexuality in music, hypersexuality, and it's like, you cannot blame people for conforming just so it better meets their needs. Like, over-sexualizing yourself is, if you do it in the right way to get what you want, I don't think other women should judge women for that. Like, we're all in the same world, and I just don't think it's right. Like, somebody like Ice Spice, right, who's known for shaking her ass, she has changed her whole life because of that, her whole fucking life. And for other women to just like come on and judge somebody like that, or judge anybody who's using their sexuality to create a better life for themselves when we live in this world, like, you need to look at yourself. Another interesting point too, I have found, and this is also on broke men. So broke men, like, usually they're 20s, right? Sometimes like early 30s. Men who are late 30s, early 40s treat me so much better. Now, the really old ones, I can't deal with them. I cannot deal with that. Get away from me. But the men where there's like because I'm 23, I'm very young, but I've been through a lot, so I'm mature. They've been saying that since I was 16. We won't get into that, but they treat you so much better, and I do think it's a generational thing. And while like the whole like housewife thing is just really toxic, and we as women have worked so hard to be able to work normal jobs. And let me backtrack right here before you judge me for saying that I'm a stripper. I do have a college degree. I have worked for good companies. It just, in today's economy, it just wasn't getting me by. So it was like, the fuck? Like, I'm either gonna conform or I'm gonna struggle. But yeah, the older men treat you so much better. And the new ones, it's like, they act like they're the prize. They don't know what the fuck to do with you. Like, and they sell you a dream, then they leave, and then they don't even want to wear a condom. It just... But yeah, I think it's so much better to be alone. Like, why the fuck do I need to go date people? Like, it's just, it's not enjoyable for me. Like, I have my vibrator, I have my dog, I have my beautiful apartment, which I love, that I've spent like the last few weeks since bleeding out my baby, decorating, and it's been a great time. Like, they're useless other than the money part and like sometimes the emotional support part, and I love hugs, but like, why? Like, I have so many girlfriends and we all go through the same shit. Like, it's just, I don't know, especially the beautiful women. Like, those are the ones that get it the worst. That's all I have to say. That was my little rant for today. I guess that was like 3 top. Oh, let me add one more thing actually that happened yesterday. So I was talking to this one guy who was probably like late 20s, very attractive man, came to the strip club, did not have any money. And how do you know when a man has money? You don't, but you know if they're gonna give it to you or not, because that's what they lead with. You sit down, they're already handing you shit. Like, if they're not handing you shit, you're not gonna get anything. And it's like pointless to even try. Like, you wanna go where you're appreciated. At this point, I don't really care what a man looks like. Like, it's not hard for me to be attracted to somebody as long as they know how to touch me. It's really not that hard. So if I can get a man who will treat me better than any other one, then why would I care what he looks like? But the attractive ones are usually the brokest. Like, you want to go for their friend. Anytime you see an attractive man, don't go for him. Go for the friend. But he told me, because we were talking, he was like, oh yeah, like, how long have you been doing this? And I was like, since October, so like, what is that, 8 months? And oh shit, I posted a little TikTok stitch. I've never done a stitch before, and people are like, I'm getting notifications. It's making me kind of nervous. I don't know if they're hating or they're appreciating. Whatever, all press is good press. But yeah, and I was like, oh, like, I have like 15 more years left. And he was like, no, you have 4 more years left. You're not gonna look like this in 4 years. Excuse me? I know this beautiful dancer who's like 38, gorgeous, and she did have like some work done on her face, but beautiful. So who are you to tell me that I can't keep using men for another 15 years? Like, no. Like, once I have started, I will never stop. But that is the broken men. And I do think too that sometimes men just want to be women. Like, there was another man who came in yesterday, and he was trying to tell me about how he just had all this potential and all these dreams, and that basically he just needed me. He was trying to run an OnlyFans and profit off of women for himself. Like, the fuck? You're not the pimp. I am. I don't know. It's so interesting. I love human psychology. But those are my thoughts. I hope you feel smarter. I wouldn't say I feel smarter, but I'm definitely happy in my beautiful apartment by myself with nobody's son giving me a headache or a baby. That was my week.